Dom DeMarco. I need y'all to blow up the chat tonight. Stay tuned, blow up the chat. and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of No Cap Reacts. I'm your man Bailey, aka Mr. Go Get 'em. And we are back in the building with another episode. Tonight's show is The Conversation. I already have a young lady that is just awaiting a telephone call so we can officially get this started. So, let me get my shit in order over here so we can make this happen. So, as usual, this conversation will go basically, well, wherever she takes it. We'll see what happens. As long as everything goes the way it's supposed to as well, shit. Let's go, let's go.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? Here we go with this shit again. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello, 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 hello.
You can't hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
You keep cutting in and out.
I keep cutting in and out. Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me? Can
But you
you
keep
hear?
cutting in and out. Like I don't hear anything right now.
You don't hear anything right now? Shit, 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 shit.
If you're talking, I can't hear you.
Damn it. This is what happens when you do it live. All right, let's do this a second way. Let's hang up on that. Let's shut that down. We gonna Bluetooth it. This all just comes with the job sometimes, you know? Now let's try this again. That actually sounds better.
Hello?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Hell yeah! All right. All right. I'm sure I don't have to already tell you were live on the show. So
Yes, hello.
She said yes, hello. All right. So, first and foremost, last night you watched the show.
I did.
You gave me some feedback on some things that you saw or thought on the show, which I appreciate that as well.
Of course.
And then you told me that today you made some changes in your own life, dating world, etc. Just
And I did.
based off the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's not privy to the conversation that we had initially started, and I was like, no. We're gonna do this on the show. So,
Okay, you know I'm gonna be honest.
what are some of the changes that you made after watching last night's show?
So let me see. I have blocked another two people.
Since
From the quote unquote dating world.
okay, why?
Because it's a waste of my time and I deserve better. I don't have to continue to live under the false pretense that I have to settle.
Okay. First and foremost, grab your phone.
Got it.
Okay. Go to Google.
Okay.
I want everybody else to do this with us as we go along. And hit define deserve.
Oh, okay. You jump right in.
Yeah, because again, words have meanings, and a lot of times we use words and don't really understand what they actually mean, especially when it comes to our own life. So, please read aloud what the definition of deserve is.
Deserve. Do something or have or show qualities. Oops, I didn't hit the wrong. Hold on. I got back up.
Yeah,
There we go. Do something or have or show qualities worthy of reward or punishment.
there you
The
go.
reference deserves a pat on the back for his bravery. What
Okay,
did you just say?
I didn't say anything. Um, See, here's the thing. Everybody always talks about what they deserve, but
Mm-hmm.
you could actually be deserving the punishment that you're going through based off of whatever work or
Uh-huh.
actually the lack of work that you put into doing whatever it is that you're doing in life.
Big
See,
facts.
quite often we walk around in life speaking on what we deserve, but the best part about deserve is do something or have or show qualities worthy of. That means
Mm-hmm.
that you actually have to put in the work. See, last
Mm-hmm.
night I had part of the conversation was, is a wife me having a woman that is a wife before the ring comes along. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Things such as that. Um in another podcast I had the conversation that women don't really go out of their way to become wives. And
Mm-hmm.
not because of the actual fact of going out. To break it down, when you want a certain job, you work harder to get the
Mm-hmm.
promotion, right?
Right.
When you want a certain car, you have no problem going to put in overtime or even going to get a second job to make sure you get that car, right?
Exactly.
You'll do the exact same thing when you want to buy a house, when you want to go on
Yep.
vacation. Anytime, anything that you actually want in life, you're willing to work your ass off to get it.
Right.
But in life, a lot of times there's a lot of bullshit that comes around talking about, oh girl, you deserve this, you deserve that. You know, a lot of your girlfriends will build you up with saying that exact same thing, but when you actually look at what you deserve, well, you have to really ask yourself, are you putting in the amount of work that you need to put in for you to get a reward? Are you putting
Right.
in the bare minimums and you're living the punishment that you also yet deserve?
That's a good question. That question, as it specifically pertains to me, uh, yes, I am.
Okay. And then this is where I have to ask you, what work are you putting in?
So, first and foremost, I put in the work of taking care of myself. That includes my mental health, my
Okay.
emotional health,
Okay.
my stability, my financial stability as well,
Okay. Pause right
my
there.
relationship.
Pause right there.
Okay.
Okay. In the realm of dating, does a man, and not just any man, but the man that you actually want, the man that you would actually want, would he care about your financial status?
Um, no, that's a good question. Let me think
That's a
for a
no.
second.
That's a yes
The
or no
man,
question. That is a yes or no question.
would he care about my financial status? Yes,
Why?
because it involves him as well. If we are a partner, it involves him as well.
Okay.
It's not for him to carry me throughout the whole relationship, nor is it for me to carry him throughout the whole relationship.
Okay. Since when?
Uh, since I don't feel as though that's fair.
I'm not asking you what you feel. See, this is not about feelings. This is about reality.
Oh, that's what I said.
Okay? Okay? The reason that I'm going to say that is for this reason. Your grandparents, how long were they together?
Uh, Geez, I don't know.
Long ass time, huh?
Yeah, 50
Yeah.
something years. I don't
Yeah.
know. Kushida.
Grandpappy took care of grandma, didn't he?
Yes.
Okay. And then prior to the grandpa and there's great grandma and great grandpa, right? Did grandpappy
Mm-hmm.
take care of her?
Yes.
Okay, see, here's what's going on. This new generation where you're trying to redefine what love and
Mm-hmm.
relationships are, and the fact that you try
Mm-hmm.
to redefine by saying, well, it's a partnership and he shouldn't have to do this and he shouldn't have to do that. Great, you can say that all you want to, but is it working for you?
No, it has not.
Okay, see, here's the problem with that. The problem with that is you're trying to reinvent the wheel. See, we know exactly what fucking works, but you're trying to change what works. Your own history. You can look at your own history right there in your own family of exactly what worked, but you're deciding to do something totally different. How does that make
Um,
sense?
let me give a different word for that. I am trying to adapt with the new bullshit that has been
Why?
put out
Why?
because unfortunately, the grade of people that seem to be coming out, what we have to deal with now, for the most part, from what I've seen, is that's an unobtainable goal.
How old are you?
48.
Okay, at 48 years old, should you be doing what the generation below you is doing?
No.
Okay, so when you grew up, you had aunties, and uncles, right?
Yes.
Okay. You realize like now you're the auntie. I'm an
Yes.
uncle. And
Mm-hmm.
that the younger generation learns from us. And
Yes.
we're not showing them anything close to what our aunties and uncles showed us, which is what grandma and grandpa showed them.
So see, what I'm seeing is a lot of laziness, right? I look at most of this generation and I look at my children.
Okay, pause.
I'm
Hold,
not under.
pause, pause. You work a job, right?
I do.
Okay, so on your job, let's say you're the boss
Mm-hmm.
and you have employees. But every
Right.
time you bring your ass to work, you happen to do the employee's job. Will the employees then slack?
Yes.
Okay. So imagine this. The, and this ties into exactly this the bullshit that you are speaking right now of
Hold on. It's sounding robotic-y.
it's sounding robotic.
Yeah. It went. You're back now.
Okay. So the BS that you are spitting right now about how a man should really care about what you're making, etc., is just that. It's bullshit. What you're actually doing is you're actually creating a safe space for a man to be less of a man because you have no problem taking on part of the man's job. So
And you just highlighted it.
if you are willing to do part of the man's job, do you expect to actually have a actual man then?
No.
Thank you. So do you understand that if you have a man and that man cares about the money that you make and what you're bringing in financially, the only reason he cares about that is because it allows him to slack off.
Correct. And I see that now.
Okay. Now,
Come on
also,
now.
the same thing that women complain about, I don't want a 50-50 relationship, but you want a 50-50 partnership. I don't want a man that makes me pay half the bills. That's a roommate. Okay, then why do you need to be on the same level as him? See, I pointed out something last night on the show about hypergamy. So I'm going to ask you the
Yes.
same lineup of questions. Do you want a man taller than you? These are
I
yes or no
mean,
questions.
mm,
I know, putting you
I
on the
don't want him
spot.
shorter than me.
All right, so you want a man taller than you?
Same or taller.
Okay. Do you want a man stronger than you?
Yes.
You want a man makes more money than you?
Not necessarily.
You don't want a man that makes more money than you?
Not necessarily.
Okay, I'm gonna table that for a moment because I'm gonna come back to it. Not necessarily.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want a man smarter than you?
At least as.
No. Yes or no question. Do you want a man that's smarter than you?
All right, we'll go with yes.
I'm not gonna allow you to try to change the wheel. And
Mm-hmm.
the thing is, in life, we walk around with a lot of questions that are really yes or no, but everybody's always trying to, you know, give context because what context allows you to do is make an excuse for a while for why there's failure.
Okay.
Right? Trying leads to
Mm-hmm.
failure, doing leads to success. Say, trying leads to failure, doing leads to success.
Facts.
Let that sink in. Now,
Okay.
I tabled the fact that you said a man doesn't have to make as much money as you. Now, at your age, obviously, you can't have kids. But if the man is not making more money than you, which means he's carrying the brunt of the load in the home, which allows you to actually take care of the home more, which is what most women truly, in most cases, prefer to do.
Mm-hmm.
If you have to work just as hard as he does, when do you guys actually get to enjoy each other?
That's true. Now you have to remember, specifically as it pertains to me, I earn a good living.
Doesn't matter. Actually, what that does more than anything, it actually hurts you.
So I see.
Yeah. Because what happens is, again, this goes to the conversation of would you date a guy that works at a fast food restaurant, gas station, or etc. Now, a lot
Mm-hmm.
of you will give the PC, the politically correct answer of yes, but your reality shows otherwise. The answer is no. And we know the answer is no because you don't do it.
I don't do what?
Date men that make less than you.
I do.
Long term, life term, and or marry. One, you're not going to marry him because, well, he can't afford to marry you. Two, you don't even get to that portion because when a man is doing less than his part in the home, you, as the woman, start to lose respect for him. Do you agree or disagree?
I agree.
All right.
100%.
And the number one thing that men actually thrive off of is respect.
Yeah.
You require love, I require respect.
Right.
The more you respect me, the more I love you.
Mm-hmm.
That is the give and take of a relationship. So when you actually break it down, well, let's be honest. Do you require a man to make more money than you?
So I heard everything you just said, and my requirements still are not that he makes more than me. So let me back up for a second. As it pertains to what the financial that I bring, it allow and the way that I work, how my job is set up, I am able to have more days at home than I am at work and still make good money, right?
Uh huh.
I desire to be submissive. I desire to cook. home cooked meals, to clean, right? Because these are the things that I was taught. I believe that there is a role for a woman. Again, I'm 48. There's a role for a woman and there's a role for a man. I do not believe that in order for a man to be useful or a good partner or a good mate, no, take out that word partner, a good mate, I do not believe that he needs to make so much money. There are other things that can be done, such as the upkeep of the house. I don't mean cleaning, I mean you fixing shit,
Thank
right?
you. So I'm glad that you said that. So then that's where I'm going to put into context. Do you believe that men and women have roles in a relationship?
Absolutely.
Okay, so if we have roles in a relationship, then just based off of exactly what you're saying right now, right? When a man is on his A game, he provides a home for his family, correct?
Correct.
Okay. When he provides a home for said family, that family thrives. Now, one of the things that men such as myself love to do is we love to be handymen, and we love to pass that
Hmm.
down to our sons. See, you got to have a toolkit, you got to have wrenches, you got to have drills, you got to have a socket set, you got to have drill bits, you got to have allen wrenches, you got to have hex heads, you got to have all these different things. Stud finders, you got to be able to hang a TV on the wall, take a TV down without any help, no matter what the size of it is. Okay. Something
Hmm.
happens plumbing wise, you know how to lay on your back and, first off, turn the water off, lay on your back, take the pipes apart, figure out what it is, unclog it, put it back together. You don't have to call anybody. Brakes need to be
Hmm.
done. You pull it up in the garage, put it on the jack stands, take off the wheels, remove the brakes, put in the new brakes, etc. Those are things that are just absolute things that most men used to do on a regular basis, but
Yeah.
no longer happens. When you ask yourself why it no longer happens, guess what happens?
Well, let's see, maybe because there are women like me who have their own tool bag, who have their own power drill.
See how that works? See, here's the thing.
Yes.
When you start handing off your position, things that are technically your job to someone else,
Hmm.
9 times out of 10, you're gonna stop. You're gonna slack. You're not gonna work as hard yourself. So I got a chat here because this one won't come through. It says, you know how they say that a healthy relationships are built on mutual effort, emotional investment, and shared responsibility. Well, I've been doing some research on relationship psychology, and it seems like when both partners contribute equally, emotionally, mentally, and sometimes financially, it really strengthens the bond between them. It fosters
Hmm.
trust, reduces resentment, and makes the relationship more satisfying.
Hmm.
Now, when you start to throw in the words such as resentment, satisfying, and trust,
Uh-huh.
those are emotional keywords.
There we go.
Okay, if those are emotional keywords, who do you need to cater to? Whom's emotions? Well,
Are
men
you
need to cater to a woman's emotions. The current state of the world right now
hmm
has sold women that you need to be doing just as much in the world as what men are doing.
Thank you for defining that, for speaking on that specifically.
So, because you're told that you need to work just as hard as a man, make just as much money as a man, do all these other things as a man, right? But then the moment you're treated like a man, the first thing you fall back on is, but I'm a woman.
Hmm.
See, you'll ball your fist up and hit a man, but if the man hits you back, I'm a woman. In the workplace, well, guys are guys and guys do what guys do and guys say what guys say. But the moment that it happens around you, you do understand that there's a woman here in the room with you. These are places where honestly you did not used to be.
Right.
And there were
That's
never
a valid
any
point.
issues here. But now that you are here, there are a lot of issues. See, the world we live in, the world itself is very sexist.
Mm-hmm.
But we only call it sexist when it's a man. See, let the boss sleep with the boss guy sleep with the younger female employee. He's
Mm-hmm.
sick, he's using his power the wrong way, etc. But when you reverse that and it's a woman sleeping with the younger guy and she's his boss and everyone finds out, is you go, boy. Yeah, you did that. Okay, we see you. Uh huh. Isn't that the epitome of sexist?
Yes.
Okay. In relationships, especially when it comes to the psychology of a relationship, well, whose psychology is it? And the fact that the psychology has actually changed over the last 50 years is astounding to me. But you also have to look at everything else that has also changed in the last 50 years. In the last 50
Mm-hmm.
years, you went from being the stay at home and appreciating being the stay at home to
That
now
part.
that exact lifestyle that so many of you wish you had is also looked today and called slavery. When a woman,
So
when they
back up
say,
for a second.
okay,
Back up for a second. Because that appreciated part is a big part. There's so many males out here that will say they want these things, right? They want a woman to stay home. They want her to cook. They want her to clean. They want her to tend to the kids, but they don't appreciate it.
that's not true.
I didn't say all. I said there's so many.
No, there's not even so many. And that's this goes to the story that's told that back in the day, men used to beat the hell out of women. Okay.
Okay.
Um, I want you to think about this because I'm gonna give you both scenarios. First and foremost, I don't know. Let's just go to like the 1940s, 1950s. I took my
Mm-hmm.
black ass to work. I just worked 12 to 14 hours in a steel mill, sweating my ass off on my feet all day long, doing hardest manual labor in the world. You
Mm-hmm.
think I want to come home and beat on my woman? No, I want to come home and eat and fuck. No,
Okay.
I'm
Keep
going to
going.
come home angry and beat the only peace that I would get in my home. That doesn't even make sense. As a matter of fact, and the reason it doesn't make sense is because if that is truly happening and he's that man, the same way he's beating his wife, he would have also been beating his children, and you don't hear about that.
Correct. I think you don't hear about that because it's more faux pas, right?
Okay. Now, no,
And
hold on,
I
hold on,
don't believe
hold
that
on,
it's a
hold on.
matter of I'm tired. I was on my feet all day doing all this and that. It's other things were involved, such as drinking. A lot of time people come home and they want to unwind, so they grab a drink, right?
Here's the why again. I just your grandfather had friends, right? And your
Uh,
grandmother had friends for damn sure. Big Mama had hella friends, and all they asses was married, and they never told any of those stories.
Actually, I don't believe my grandparents had 12 kids, and I don't think my grandmother socialized with anyone outside of her husband and her children. My grandfather owned his own business all his life,
Okay.
so the only thing that she did was family and their business.
The chat said no. Back in the day, women kept hush. The embarrassment of what people would think was the stress. Now women are more outspoken. So
Mm-hmm.
okay, so if we go with that story, and women were hush hush, well, men died a lot younger, and guess what? Those stories still never came out. The only people telling those stories are of our generation and below. We call them feminists now.
Okay.
Have you ever worked at a nursing home?
Yes.
Okay. You ever talk to those old women?
Yes.
Okay. N- a lot of the conversations is about love, the love of their life. Ron Henry, Uncle Tom, Jerry Scroggins, Willie Mays. That sound familiar to you?
Yeah.
Okay. So, because I worked in a nursing home a long, long time ago. And that's where it helped kind of reinforce a lot of things that I can now talk about today. Is
Because
because,
if I think about it right now, which is why I giggled, uh, I I don't hear those conversations still.
yeah,
I hear about the love. I- you don't hear negativity about what went on. You don't hear about beating. You don't hear about abuse. You don't hear about drinking. You don't hear about um, unwanted touching, to use a nice way to say that.
yeah. Okay,
That's what you're getting at.
and then when you're in the nursing home and you see the ones that are still actually married, they can't even keep
Hmm.
their hands off of each other.
That's true.
She's in wing A, he's in wing G, but you catch him in wing B, doing shit they ain't supposed to be.
It's beautiful, actually.
Thank you. See, again, in in a feminist perspective, it's great to sell that story, but in the reality of talking to old people, and if you could take, because nursing homes are very extensive. People don't understand how many old people are in these nursing homes. There's a lot of them.
Hmm. Unfortunately.
So when you can have these conversations on a large scale with so many, and these old women can be like, I don't know what they talking about because that was not my life. The fact that saying that you have a man who is there in the home with you, that is, even if he's a shitty ass dude that is only putting in 20% of what's happening in that house. But don't say you got a hard-working man that comes and brings and puts food on the actual table. Someone that actually loves you and takes care of you, etc. And to say that cooking for him, cleaning for him, doing his laundry is considered slavery. But being a single mom where you have to now work full time 100%, you have to cook full time 100%, and you have to take care of kids full time 100%, and oh, you still got to do all the same damn laundry. That is not considered slavery. Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't.
Okay. So let's take this back to where we initially were. Going to work 12, 14, 16-hour days, and you decide to go home to the only person that's cooked dinner for you, the only person that rubs your back, tells you I love you, gives you children, you want to beat on her, right? And then you said that men don't show that they appreciate. Well, let me explain something to you about what appreciation is.
Okay.
The fact that I take my ass to work every single day, put in 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 hours a day in order to
Mm-hmm.
give you the lifestyle that you want
Mm-hmm.
as your man that I feel like you deserve, that's not
Mm-hmm.
appreciation.
So that is
Now, am I not
the
sacrificing? Because if I'm putting in those kind of hours to give you everything you want to make sure you are a stay at home mom, you get to go to all the kids' games and events, right?
right.
So what am I missing out on?
So I agree with you. I think the problem as it pertains to me is the shoe is on the other foot. And unfortunately, because of how my schedule is set up, I am able to do both sides. I'm able to cook and clean. I'm able to make the money. And fortunately, I have chosen men who were not able to even meet me halfway.
Okay, can we first and foremost can we please pinpoint something? Are you the
Yes.
average woman?
No, not at all.
Thank you. Okay. So are you something that is happening on a large scale?
No.
All right. So if it's not something that's happening on a large scale, this is like one of those one-off situations, but it might be like one out of every 1 to 10,000, right?
I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm that rare, but it's pretty rare
Okay.
because it's not only about what I can about those things that I can do both sides equally well. It's the desire, it's the willingness that I have in me.
Okay, so we have to put some things into perspective, right? First and
Okay.
foremost, you have to pay attention to who the fuck you're choosing. See, the
Yes.
fact that even today you get to cut off two people, I'm just going to be honest. As a woman, that's two people too many. That means that
Okay.
you have a roster. As a woman, should you have a roster?
Um,
It's a yes or no question.
no, and
Okay.
I don't like having one.
Okay. So the fact that you had a roster, again, you're putting yourself in various, very masculine situations. You're
Right.
acting
Okay.
more of a man. And here's the thing, clearly you're dealing with little boys.
Yes.
Okay. So the fact that you are able to cut off multiple guys
Mm-hmm.
says a lot because one, you should never be entertaining multiple men. Multiple men also shouldn't be able to be entertaining you. See,
Now, keep in mind
hold on,
that
hold on,
none of these.
hold on. See, this is where when you say I deserve better, how
Mm-hmm.
how 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 can you say that you deserve better when you are literally showing that you deserve exactly. See, you can't make fucked up shitty decisions and then be like I deserve better.
Now, remember earlier in the conversation we talked about. Um, oh, I just had a brain fart. Hold on.
Wipe the ass, clean the.
What?
Turn on the
Oh,
fan. Turn on
at
the fan.
adaptation. Adaptation. Remember we talked about that earlier. Uh, Adjusting to what this generation is today.
Okay, so
Mind you, none of these men have been in person.
here's the thing.
No,
I don't understand how, as a 48-year-old woman, you can't decipher between what's working and what doesn't. The past versus the current. Past relationships, okay, if I even go ahead and say that women turned a blind eye, them motherfuckers live a lifestyle 10 times better than you are today. They still only had one man that took care of them and all the kids because they was having way more
Mhm.
fucking kids.
Mhm.
Whereas you get to choose whatever, whoever the fuck you want to, and not one man is choosing to keep you,
So the
let
only one
alone
who's
take care of you. And, well, in some cases, yeah, there are men out here putting their hands on women. Emotional men are bitches, and they do bitch shit. But those
so
are the ones that are chosen.
at 48, it's not that it's yeah, I do choose to turn a blind eye, uh, and I'm way too caring, right, about other people. I'm a natural caregiver in my heart, right?
Mhm.
So the one man that did do it right, we were married for 20 years and he passed. I'm a widow. So it's difficult for me to see the bullshit that goes on now and be able to fully accept that, right? I can't because it's not right. I do see that it's not right. I'm well aware of it.
Can I say something though?
Yes,
You should actually see it way more than anybody else because you had 20 years of knowing exactly what a good man is.
yes,
So if you had 20 years of knowing what a good man is, you shouldn't have 20 hours of even thinking about a bad man, giving him a chance.
facts.
See, like, here's the thing. I've never been married, but I know who I'm not giving my time to.
Hmm.
I love women. Okay? I love the look of women. I love the smell of a woman. I love the taste of a woman. I love the feel of a woman. But it none of that fucking matters because if I see that you are a bad woman, I am
Hmm.
getting away from you and getting you away from me as quickly as possible. I don't care to believe in what you could be. I need to know in who you are and what you will be. I need to see your trajectory. No, I need to see that you see your trajectory more than me. I can't believe in somebody more than they believe in themselves.
And unfortunately, that has been my problem because I choose to see the good in people. I know that bad things happen. People come from situations that are not ideal. I also know, because I know myself and I've seen everything I've done over these 48 years, that you can change a bad situation into a good one. You can not enter into a bad situation. Now, I have chosen to enter into bad situations because I was lonely.
Do you
Now,
think
that
that
doesn't mean
okay?
that doesn't mean lay up with people or anything like that. It's the okay. I'm bored. I'm lonely. I'll entertain some conversation. Basically, though, as soon as you irritate the shit out of me, I'm done. I'm done.
You know what you sound like?
What?
A man.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm aware of that.
You are literally walking in your masculine, young lady.
Yes, because I've not found anyone whom I can actually be soft
Not
around.
true. Not
I
true.
could be
I
soft
stop
with my
there. I
husband.
gotta stop you there. I can't go for that. That's bullshit. You know why I know that's bullshit?
Why?
When you were born what?
An innocent little girl?
Okay, you're born a female, right?
Okay, yes.
Females are the epitome of femininity.
Hmm.
You're feminine, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Your body creates way more
Hold
estrogen.
on, it's robotic again.
Well, we'll get through it.
It's not working. Hold on.
It's not working. Hold on. What do you want me to hold on to? You can't tell me
It's
to
the
hold on and
robot.
not give me something to hold on to.
Do something.
I'm doing a whole lot. Do something.
What the
So hear this and hear me out.
No, it's still robotic.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna call you right back.
I don't even know what you're saying now.
I said ice cream.
Stop it.
Let's try this again.
Hello?
Better?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So you are the epitome of femininity. You are the epitome
Hmm.
of estrogen way more than testosterone. See,
Right.
you're acting masculine. You're not actually masculine. See, you don't have to go out of your way to be feminine. You just are feminine. See,
Hmm.
as a man, I have to talk a certain way, change my entire look, everything to become feminine. You have to do the
Hmm.
exact same thing to become masculine. But you can
Hmm.
be masculine facing as a woman, as in you can act very masculine, but not actually be masculine. You are
Hmm.
taking on characteristics of masculinity, which anytime you do that, whether you like it or not, you're going to always end up with, he's just a baby boy. And he's going to be in your life and doing all of these different things that, well, unfortunately, you don't like. But the
Right.
reason that you do that is because you do understand that the energy you put out is the energy you get in. Because a real man, regarding, and women love to say a real man this, a real man that, real, but none of y'all got one. So if you knew what a fucking real man was, how come you can't grab a hold of one and keep that nigga? Because you don't
Hmm.
know. But as a man, I can tell you, as a real man, if you are a masculine facing, acting ass woman, I choose not to deal with you.
Hmm.
I tell women all the time, you know, the fastest way to know how to be in your supposed soft girl feminine era? Take your ass to
How's
a
that?
strip club. Show me a masculine female in there. See, there isn't. And that's why they're winning. Because they come up, daddy, they touch you, they rub you, they're massaging on you a little bit. Oh, you want to dance? It's just $10. Oh, daddy, let me tell you, I did this and I did that, and if I just had somebody just believed in my dreams and what I want, and guess what? These motherfuckers eat that shit up, and now she got a sugar daddy.
Hmm. Which is not the same as a man,
True,
a mate.
correct. But guess what? She's closer to that than you are.
Yes, because they seem to think I'm the fucking sugar mama.
Well, guess what? When you want to be the breadwinner, you got to act like the breadwinner. When you want to be the boss, you got to be the boss. See,
So it's
when
not
you
that I
take your
want
ass to
to do these
work
things.
and you see your boss, you know your boss make big money, right? And it's your
Right.
boss's job to make sure you get it too. Guess what? That's you in the house, baby. Boss. Here, let me change that. Let me do something. Boss.
You're silly. So I don't want to do these things. What I'm not going to have happen, however, is me not eat, me not have a roof over my head, me not be able to provide for my kids. Even though they are grown adults, I'm still there for my children. They are fully self-sufficient,
So
but I make sure.
this is where this is where women as a whole. Okay, so men are hunters, women are trappers.
Mhm.
The only way the world changes is when women change. Let me
Okay.
repeat that. The only way the world changes is when women change. See, women tell the story that they fought for their rights to vote and all this bullshit and work in the workplace to be equal to men. Well, we see where that has you today. Okay?
Yeah, whoever did that shit needs slapped.
Okay. Then that exact same thing now has it. There was a post on Facebook. I even gave my 2 cents on it, and they were like, "How about you just shut up? We don't need your input." Of course you don't, because now when a man speaks, no one wants to listen. Here's the thing: don't sit here and say, "I want a traditional man, a man that pays the bills, takes care of the kids, does all these things that Grandpapa did." All these things that Grandpapa did. But in the same breath, you also say that Grandpapa beat the fuck out of Grandma. Please tell me how he was this super romantic, violent motherfucker. He took her to ice cream. He took her out on dates. They did all the movies, and he was so romantic. He opened the door for her. He held it for her. He threw his coat on a water puddle for her. When she got cold, he kept her warm, gave her a sweater. Had roses delivered to the house. He went and knocked on the door and asked permission to speak to her. And the moment he got done doing all this, he said, "Shut up, bitch."
Oh my God.
That was perfect.
Oh my God.
None of that makes sense, does it?
No. I'm also not one of these people sharing these stories.
I'm not saying that it didn't happen. I'm just going to say I don't think it happened at a large scale. And in the world we live in, we tend to over popularize things that were very minuscule.
Mm-hmm.
We tend to make things be bigger than what they are. So, again, like I said earlier, you aren't a typical woman. You don't have the typical woman's lifestyle. There's not a lot of women that are like you. Not saying that there's not any out there. They are. But there's not a lot of
Right.
women out there that are just like you that can say that, they can ultimately provide for a whole entire household, including when a man is in there. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That is actually not a regular situation. But you will make the argument about the men that you deal with, etc. And a lot of women will agree with you and they make that out to be a regular situation, but they don't even look at the fact of what your situation is.
Mm-hmm.
See, I can't compare my situation to your situation when we're not on the same playing field.
Right.
Broke Diana is gonna put her in the same league as Rich Ling Ling because they can agree on one thing. So Diana sees herself as Ling Ling because they've both had that one same struggle. It's like
Right.
when the broke chick gets fucked by Drake and then goes back to her little ass podunk town and says
Mm-hmm.
that she only deserves a millionaire.
She.
Baby girl, you just got fucked by one. You didn't get married to one.
Yeah.
But that's not the mentality that is out here today.
No, it's not.
So here's your chance. What questions do you have?
Um, Actually, I don't have any. And the reason that I don't have any as it pertains to this conversation is because throughout the conversation, you have pointed out some very good points and answered those questions before I had the opportunity to ask them, right? Because I'm well aware of the fact that I am still in masculine energy. I am aware of the fact that, well, let me say, I didn't think about it the way that you stated it, but it is quite factual that because I move the way that I move, because it's not a matter of because I'm able to move the way that I move, but because I move the way that I move, and then I make these choices, I'm I'm choosing shit.
And can we
So
be honest too? You do realize that
yes,
most of the shit that you choose, the reason you choose it because it's easier for you to walk away from.
never thought about it like that. But yeah, that certainly could be
I mean, are you
because I
are
cannot give my all to someone who does not understand the family dynamic. I'm a family invested woman, right? Be it whether or not I had kids, I'm this is who I am. I believe family is important.
Mhm.
So family also starts at home. And if you cannot do the things that are necessary, right? So again, I don't require you to make as much money as I make.
Yes, you do. We already went over that.
I
Yeah.
mean, I mean more than,
See, yeah.
more than.
No, here's the thing. The reason you're going to continue to cycle through men is because until you find a man that makes more money than you, until you find a man that actually tells you to sit your ass down, until you find a man that you actually respect because you see he does way more than you do, you're going to keep going down the exact same cycle where you are in control of the situation. And here's the bad part about that: the longer you're in control and you keep creating this, what you have to understand is
Hmm.
you are creating bad habits. So even when you do meet that good man, you have no good
Hmm.
habits.
Speak on those good habits.
I don't know what your habits are, baby. I can't speak on something I don't know.
No, good habits that one would need to show.
Okay, well you need to get out of your masculinity, 100%.
Hmm.
You need to hold yourself accountable to every decision that you make, everything that you do.
Hmm.
You should only deal with men that are actually, well, just what the word implies.
I
Men.
was gonna say you could probably stop after men, just only deal with men.
Uh-huh. You
Period.
you have to understand that you have to give up the power and allow a man to be able to provide for the home without your input.
Okay. And naturally, there are things that come with that. Like I should be able to be comfortable doing that because of what that man is showing, not what that man is saying.
Here's the
This
here's
delusional
here's the
shit.
biggest issue with the world we live in today. The fact that women don't even feel like they can trust men to be that anymore
Mhm.
is already the biggest issue and the biggest problem.
I mean, when you got males talking about, baby, can you cash at me, baby? When you calling me asking me for lunch money
But
instead of
you're missing the valuable point here. The biggest point of the more women keep doing, the more men can do things like that. Y'all created this.
out of loneliness and
No,
desperation.
no. Out of trying to be equal to men.
See, I don't be trying to be equal to no fucking man,
You don't
but
even
I can tell you that I have done some shit
here's the
out of
problem.
desperation and
The fact
loneliness.
that you're in your masculine, you don't even realize it, says everything. You don't
No,
even
no, I
know
do
it.
realize it.
Well, you
No,
realize
I
it
do
now.
realize it.
But how long have you realized it?
Um, I don't know.
It's new because you're just now clearing out your roster. Again, just by you saying some of the things that you said, you've already told on yourself. You're just now coming into this thought process, this completion, this mind frame, and you're just now hearing things like this out of this conversation right now. Okay. If you already had this thought process, if you already had that inclination, if you already saw that, you'd have already have made the change.
So I'm stubborn.
Are you stubborn or are you just so ingrained in the bullshit that until somebody comes and really knocks you in the head, and not physically, but as in like gives you a whole new thought process and shows you exactly what a man is supposed to be, you're pretty much going to keep walking that exact same line of destruction.
I'm not gonna lie, probably if I don't heed what you have said this evening, I probably would. Uh in addition to some good dick. Like my friend said, that good dick keep us hooked.
Thank you.
We paying for the dick.
And that's why, for the most part, I have to keep my dick to myself because dickmatizing a woman isn't always the greatest thing in the world.
No, not at all.
Because, see, you got the power of the pussy, but for men that know what they doing, well, we got two things that you don't have. We got the power of the mouth if we know how to use it, and we got the power of the D. And the D will make the P sit down quickly.
Yeah, there still has to be more than just the D.
Well, here's the thing. Certain men walk a certain path, line in life. Hope you come across that man and you are in line with that man. That's where make yourself available at all times and be feminine at all times because you have no idea when that man is going to rear his head up and be right there in the exact same area you're at.
Right.
So, I do want to say thank you for taking this call.
Oh, it was fun.
I'm
Very
sure
eye-opening.
I'm sure we could do this again. I'm
I would like
sure
to.
as you walk through this path and you make your changes, you're gonna have questions, comments, or something, and you already know. My DMs and text messages are wide open. I love feedback of all kind. I love to hear, if I can help you find the love of your life again, and instead of you
Hmm.
having 20 years, you have the rest of your life with that person.
Right.
I did my job.
There we go. I think you're doing it well.
Doing it and doing it and doing it well. She was raised out in Creeds. I was raised out in Brooklyn.
You are something else, sir.
You know, live life, have fun.
But yes, you are quite correct. Uh, somebody gonna have to be man enough to sit me the fuck down.
Well, even like the beautiful
Because
young
I can't
lady that I had on last night,
sit
she
me
was
the fuck
saying the
down.
same thing. Getting sat down is a good thing, but it's not something that all men are willing to do. It takes a
Or are
different
capable of.
it takes a different kind of man to make certain things happen. So
Yeah,
pay attention. Pay attention.
that I will.
All right.
Yes, sir.
I ain't gonna lie, my black ass is tired. I'm about to go in here, take me a nice shower, and lay my ass down and go to sleep. I appreciate you taking the time to speak with me tonight, young lady.
My pleasure. You enjoy your evening.
All right, I will talk to you later.
Okay.
Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this version of the conversation tonight. As y'all can see, sometimes in life people are just lost. And they're running or walking in this circle of self sabotage. It doesn't matter where you're at or what you're doing, you can always do better. And you have to know and understand what better is. Okay. So thank y'all for tuning in. I'm your man Bailey, aka